This is the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Week 1 of the new season wraps up here in Portland, Oregon, as the Fleet hosts the St. Louis Gladiators. Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Falk, and welcome into the shipyard, the home of the Portland Fleet. I am delighted to be joined by Dave and Katie Harrell and James Troll in the stats truck. The Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ is our producer, and of course, my broadcast partner, Ryan Yosip. Ryan, it's so good to have you back. The hibernation is finally over. SFL football has returned.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Shake off not just the salt off your shoulder, but the dust off those joints. We got a great game in front of us this evening to close out week 1.
St. Louis just missed out on making it to the playoffs on the final day last season, and Portland is looking to start their sophomore season on a high note after going 2-10 in their inaugural season. What are your keys to victory for both teams here tonight, Ryan?
2 young ball clubs. Young is the key word as we look across these rosters, but it's defense that's going to show out. Pay attention and let's watch. I expect it to be rather low scoring as we get a chance to see who could make that last mistake that could make the difference, or who could be the hero of the ball game.
We are just about ready to christen a new season for these two teams, as it will be St. Louis who will kick off to Portland. And here we go! It's anchors away here in season 16. Benjamin Warner's going to start the return from his end zone and be tackled right about the 23-yard line. Let's go ahead and meet the Portland Fleet offensive lineup. The quarterback, Matt South. Halfback, Ezekiel Love. Fullback is John Trusman. The 3 wide receivers are Art Vandelay, Jean Valentine, and Benjamin Warner. And Nelson Lozano Jr. is the tight end.
I spoke to you about Young. Here's where we get a chance to see those new playbooks on action.
South's going to immediately take his team up into the power I formation. It'll be a handoff to Love, who's going to get stuffed about after a gain of 1. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the St. Louis Gladiators defensive lineup. Top Dukesteb and Tom Tanner are the defensive ends. Igor Barbatov is the defensive tackle. The 3 linebackers are Ronnie Panani, Mark Gronick, and Tony Roberto. The D-backs will get to after this play, as it'll be 2nd 9 from their own 24 here for Portland. 2 wide receivers and Ezekiel Love in the backfield. South, quick drop, fires over the middle into traffic, and that one's going to be knocked aside by Ronnie Panani. And the rest of the St. Louis Gladiators defensive lineup goes as follows. The cornerbacks are Freeman Peltier and Drew Reilly. And the safeties, all 4 of them, are Zach Holdorf, Geralt Winkler, Colin Douglas, and Nicholas Warner. It'll be 5 wide here on 3rd down with an empty backfield behind South. Deep drop here for South, fires over the middle and nearly picked off by a streaking defensive back. Great play there for St. Louis. That's going to force a quick 3 and out.
Nicholas Warner steps in front of it, almost saw it from, I think he got out his binoculars. We put that about a mile away, but cannot watch it, apparently, all the way into his hands to turn it into 6. There was a running lane to go. A tough start for St. Louis, for Portland, but ultimately you'll take it because it's a safe punting result.
And so for the first time this season, we'll see Dominic Birkin on to take the punt. And it's a good high spiraling punt that's going to land at about the 40-yard line for a fair catch by Elsie Mondavi, and that is where St. Louis will take over. Let's get you introduced to that Gladiators offense. The rookie quarterback out of Birmingham, Christian Brown, comes out for his first ever SFL game. Cairo Martinez is the halfback with Bill Cherry, his fullback. Eagle Mondavi and Paul Dillavu are the wide receivers. Then for one of the first times here in the SFL, we have 2 tight ends on the field, Phil Koss and the rookie Guy Clausen. Brown takes his first snap and is immediately brought down in the backfield. Welcome to the SFL, young man.
Overpowers the end is number 64, Vernon Patterson. Hey, while we're at it, why don't we introduce the rest of the D?
Yeah, the rest of the defense will get you caught up to those defensive linemen. Robert Brower, the defensive end, and Derwin Nuevo. And then we just mentioned Vernon Patterson there on the sack, and Gary Burney are the defensive tackles. Second snap here for Christian Brown. He's going to toss it far side over the leaping defender, and that one's going to be caught and hauled in for a catch by Elsie Mondavi. Remaining defenders here for Portland: Mel Davis, Gary Clem, and Khalil Thomas are the linebackers. Chris Statch, Derek Majors, and Leo Morris are the quarterbacks, and Bob Funk and Shawn Allen are the safeties. Three wide and a split backfield here for Brown here on third down. Pass over the middle, and that one is hauled in. No, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and it'll be a 3 and out here for St. Louis.
It's tough when you sit here and you say Eagle Mondavi's not quite tall enough, standing 6'3", goes up to grab it, comes under the defensive coverage, but just blasted right on the hands, breaks it up, puts an end to this drive.
So both teams trade 3 and outs to start their drives, and we'll see Graham Northrup here on to take the punt here for St. Louis. Warner back at his own 22 is immediately leveled after taking the ball, and he'll go no further than the 23, and that's where Portland will start their second drive of the ball game.
I believe that's the first punt return for Warner, not just this season, but in a long time. As we see some changes to Portland's return group, and welcomed with a tough shoulder to the chest.
Shotgun formation here on first down here for the Fleet. Back to pass to South, steps up in the pocket, fires far side, has his man, and he's going to run upfield and get all the way to the first down marker, and he'll have it. A great play and a great start to the drive.
I wanted to be critical of Matt South's happy dance feet here right in the pocket, but he's able to find the edge, just clearing the defender out on the boundary, and then able to turn it upfield, grab quite a few more, and that's their first down. First down of the season for Portland.
I formation here on this first down. Two tight ends left side of the formation. It'll be a handoff to Love, who gets through a nice hole in the middle before being tackled down after a gain of 4.
Gerald Winkler coming downhill hard. It's too bad it's 4 yards too late. I don't quite know what Love was doing there. The former fullback with the spin move in the middle of the field, standing by himself, not able to put anybody on shifty mode.
Empty backfield here for the Fleet here on second down. Deep drop here for South. Fires deep down the far near side. And that one is caught and hauled in by Jean Valentine for a huge gain. And they have immediately waltzed into St. Louis territory.
Momentum is moving, and it's on the shoulders of Matt South. Finds the soft spot in the zone. It's really a cover 2 zone here. Pressure provided by Drew Reilly, but not able to get there nearly in time.
Just keep you posted. There's another game going on here on LSN. It's the Denver Nightwings taking on the Sioux Falls Sparrows, and that game has reached the second quarter with the Denver Nightwings leading 14-0. Backs on either side of South. He'll hand off to the one on his left, and that one for Ezekiel Love's only going to manage about 1 yard, and Geralt Winkler has another tackle.
I do believe that Portland is going to need to establish the run, although early success has shown through the air. Ezekiel Love will play into the stability that this offense is going to need in order to put together a long, sustained drive.
Another split back through formation, another handoff to Love again, and Love gets a couple more this time, about 3, before he's taken down after by Ronnie Panani.
Gets a little room in the counter split formation, but can't find enough to get the first down. Definitely makes the third down a little bit more manageable, but it's still pretty long. They're in field goal range. You gotta take the risk with the reward here. I'm really excited about the top of the screen matchups that we see.
4 wide receivers here and only 3 cornerbacks on the field. South, another deep drop, fires over the middle, and that one's tipped out of the air there by Nicholas Warner, and that's going to force a 4th down.
Nice stop. I almost was going to feel bad because I called the top of the screen and then they threw it to the bottom, but you could see it was greatly contested by the St. Louis defense. No luck. 4th and 6 at the 33 with 6:44 left.
We'll see David John here to attempt a long field goal. It'll be about a 50-yarder here from the left hash. Snap spot. Kick is up. It has the distance. Just barely hits the crossbar and goes in. And that's the first points here in the sophomore season for the Portland Fleet.
Hey, God, like we talked about, you got to shake off the dust, apparently work the rust. Just enough is what you needed, and just enough is what you got. Hey, that's their lead.
And they will take the lead here early in the ball game. Want to remind everybody here that Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from the rest. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. We'll see Christian Brown come out for a second drive here, Ryan, and a 3-and-out was what was their fate last time, but hopefully some more progress here on this drive.
Yeah, I think we'll see what kind of tempo they come out with. Expect to see a little run early, but I'm excited to see if they can open it up for Christian Brown a little bit.
Quick drop here for Brown. He's going to toss it out near side. There's Eagle Mondavi, and he has his first reception of the ball game.
Ball thrown a little bit behind Eagle, but in those kind of cases, the single bar stallion in front of us has no problem ringing it in. Height, not the issue.
Nice 5-yard pickup here for the Gladiators. It'll be 2nd 5 on their own 25. Martinez is going to stand off a little bit to the right behind center as the tailback with 2 running backs and 2 tight ends in the formation. Brown, quick pass over the middle, tried to find Paul Dillevue, but Dillevue was unable to haul that one in.
Not tempo off just a hair there. He should have had a chance at that ball in order to get the tempo right, but just cannot get it as the defense is right in his face. This time provided by, I couldn't see the number in time. 44, Bob.
Fuck made a great play. We'll get you introduced to the rest of the Portland Fleet defensive lineup here after this play. But it is right now 3rd and 5. Trips far side of the formation. And 1 lone wide receiver on the near side. Brown back to pass. Fires deep over the middle. Tries to get his man there. Phil Koss unable to haul that one in. That's going to be a 4th down.
He really wanted to be able to answer, but it's a tough end of the drive. Most likely we'll see the punter here.
Let's get you introduced to the rest of the Portland Fleet defensive lineup. We mentioned the defensive line. Let's get you introduced to the linebackers. Mel Davis, Gary Clem, and Hill Thomas are the linebackers. Chris Statch, Derek Majors, Leo Morse are the cornerbacks, and Bob Funk and Sean Allen are the safeties. It'll be Graham Northrup here to take the punt. He'll stand around his 10 and gets the punt away. Good hang time, and Warner's going to stand at about his 40-yard line, has a good return of about 11 before being stopped at the 49-yard line of St. Louis.
Great starting field position with 6 minutes left in the first. I'm excited to see if Portland can keep momentum moving in their direction as they get a chance. They're already knocking on the doorstep of field goal range, but I'm sure they want more.
They'll start their drive in plus territory here on the 49 of St. Louis. Offset eye behind self. It'll be a handoff to Love, who's met immediately in the backfield for a loss of 3.
No room there to do anything. Just hits the wall, and the wall this time is 3 Gladiators right in their face.
So it'll be 2nd and 13 on their own 48, going backwards. This time they'll try and go forward with trips near side. And Ezekiel Love to the right of Matt South. Back to passes. South steps up in the pocket and immediately taken down in the backfield. A loss of 6 on the sack.
No room at all there. Just wants to get comfortable enough to go deep and cannot find it. Met by a tough Gladiator defense showing out on this drive.
3rd and very long here for the Fleet. It's going to be a deep pass here for South, and that one's picked off. Going the other way. St. Louis turns it over, and they'll start their drive here on the 39.
Colin Douglas, the 10th season in the league, showing the maturity on this defense, steps right into the passing lane. Confident catch, wrapped up and taken down. That's exactly what St. Louis needs to start heading back in their momentum direction.
So Christian Brown leads the offense out for another drive, hoping to put some points up on the board to answer the field goal by the Fleet. It'll be a handoff to Martinez, and Martinez is going to get stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Not much room. Want to get some stability here for Christian Brown, the rookie quarterback, picked in the second round with pick number 22 in the second round, 46 overall out of Birmingham.
Split backfield and 3 wide receivers here on second down for the Gladiators. Another pass. Brown fires far side, has his man, and will be taken down after a good gain of 6. I believe that is Elsie Mondavi with another catch.
Showing up early. Number 10 here on the out route. A nice timing route for Brown. Pitch, catch, wants to head upfield, but can't quite turn the corner as the defense is there to say hello.
So a third and very manageable here. 3rd and 4 here for the Gladiators on the 45. 5-step drop here for Brown. Fires over the middle, and I believe that's Elsie Mondavi again. No, it's the father. Eagle Mondavi takes control of that one.
Goes up tall to get the football. It's almost like he's hearing him call him out about his height issues. Comes across the safety's face, and the safety lets him get there. One-hander up. Picks it up, takes it down, first down.
Fly, Eagle, fly. And we just saw him go airborne there to pick up the first down. 3 wide receivers and 2 tailbacks here in the package on this first down. It'll be a quick pass to Eagle Mondavi on this one. He's going to fight forward for another first down. A gain of 11, and the Gladiators are marching down the field.
They are working the edge of the field here on their consistency-based plays. Gets a first down this time because there's enough room to the boundary to turn it up. Mondavi, the older, significantly more eagle-y one, showing the presence of mind to get the first down.
That's his 3rd catch of the day and roughly 9.5 yards per catch. Another pass here for Brown. He's going to loft it far side and wobbler, and that one's going to be picked off by the Fleet. The Fleet answer one of the picks by St. Louis by picking off one of their own.
I believe is that Leo Morris with the interception, the rookie out of Madison, making the attendance punch card be known to the league. Big first interception, mostly thrown because Christian Brown does not set his feet to throw it. Miscommunication on inside versus outside on the wide receiver route, but no miscommunication for Leo Morrison's first SFL interception.
Well stated there, Ryan, and it'll be first down here for Portland on their 24, empty backfield to start the drive. Back to pass. South steps up, fires to his man underneath, and he'll have the catch. That's Gavin Bouvette there with the reception.
Yeah, Gavin seemed to almost be the check down route. Runs the route and just stops and turns around and looks at his quarterback. Matt South takes what the defense gives him, grabs 5, setting up second and, 5 plus 5 equals 10, so 2nd and 5.
Split backs on either side of Matt South here on 2nd and 5. Be a handoff to Love here, goes left side, has a whole lot of room into St. Louis territory, and is taken down at the 45. Great running and great blocking there for Portland.
Hey, don't downsell Ezekiel Love's dance at the end of this. It's that counter play we saw earlier that didn't find much success, but it's been stacking. It's the 3rd time we've seen it. The first one went for 0, the second one went for 4, and that last one goes for a big old hunky chunk. And we've got a first down at 45-yard line.
Two tight ends and an offset eye behind South. It'll be another run to Ezekiel Love. Gets another hole off the left side. Has blockers downfield. And he gone. Ezekiel Love to the house. Touchdown, Portland, and a late hit penalty coming here on the Gladiators.
A tough personal foul to rain on the parade of Ezekiel Love's coming out party right now. This fullback last season breaks through the run up the middle, plenty of space, nearly untouched as he hustles it up, and then just to let the message be known, Freeman Peltier delivers it about 2 yards deep in the end zone, and Portland is in the driver's seat. Or what would a driver's seat be for a boat?
I think they'd be at the helm there, Ryan. They'd be at the helm. And I think Ezekiel Love has has control of this ship. David John here to attempt the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. 10-0 your score here. Portland leading this one.
Hey, I was expecting a pretty heavy defensive battle here, but this last drive for Portland was nothing but about big plays. Big chunks of yards for Ezekiel Love, setting the tone that this Portland Fleet team wants to move the ship down the field on the ground with the consistency that they were able to do on that last drive.
Brief scoring update for the game going on LSN. Score there is 17-0 as Denver adds on another touchdown. You can catch that game also on the FTF Next Twitch channel as well. You want to go ahead and watch both our game and their game at the same time. But right now, Ryan, St. Louis, they were driving pretty well and almost got into the red zone last time before that untimely interception. They need to turn it around here and get some points on the board.
Yeah, I want to see St. Louis take advantage of their 2 tight ends that they bring into this game. We haven't seen them much. Actually, we haven't seen either of them much so far.
Back to passes, Brown pressure coming from the outside, but he gets it away. Nice little dump off there to Jacob Swain, and Swain's going to fight forward for a good first down.
Yeah, the ball goes to Swain, but Christian Brown with the sidearm. It was just a tough ball delivery as he's just blown up by the oncoming blitzer for Portland. Pressure here early and pressure here often for Portland.
I don't think they teach a sidearm throw or a southpaw throw. I think that's more in baseball. So I think Christian Brown's showing off a little bit of baseball action here. Passed over the middle. That one's picked off and going the other way. It's back-to-back picks on back-to-back drives. And Portland has control. Sean Allen picks that one off.
Just sits in the zone, and he sees the ball coming out there like a big old piece of cake, goes out, grabs it, turns it upfield. If it wasn't for Caro Martinez, that would have been a pick six, but right there to take him down.
Not the kind of start to the SFL career Christian Brown would have wanted, but for Portland, everything is coming up gold, and they're again in plus territory to start this drive. Matt South back to pass, fires far side. That one's nearly picked off by the St. Louis Gladiators. Nearly coming away with it was Freeman Peltier trying to make up for that late hit call on the touchdown run last drive.
Just looks like when the ball is moving through the air right now, we're getting a little bit loose for both teams. So expect to see, I have to think we're going to see some more Ezekiel Love here, settle things back down. Momentum's in Portland's favor. They don't want to lose that by getting careless with the football on offense.
4-3 formation here to counter the heavy offset eye for Portland. It'll be a handoff to Love on the right side. Love breaks away from run up the right side of the field, and he's going to get the first down before being wrapped up. A good chunk of running, and Portland's running game, Ryan, has come to life in a big way.
Oh, Ezekiel Love is showing off here. I really wanted to see him wait for that block on 71, but it would have freed up the blocker further down the field. But again, patience not quite there. It's a big 10-yard run, but when I watched it, I felt like it could have gone for more. We'll see if he's able to turn something good here as we see another tight formation.
1st and 10 on the 27. It'll be another handoff to Love, who tries to go up the middle, but that time he's wrapped up by Mark Gronick and company right at the line of scrimmage.
Not much room to run up the middle. Another tight formation, sticking heavy with the run. I can appreciate that, but not much of a running lane. Hasn't seen a lot of success up the middle. Most of it has been coming on those off-tackle base plays.
As the time ticks down here in the end of the first quarter, this might be the final play of the first quarter. I formation behind South and 2 tight ends near side. Will be another handoff to Love. Has a good hole up the middle, but for the first time tonight, the second time tonight, we'll see some laundry on the field. Let's go to R62 and see what the call is. Yeah, face mask on the defense. Number 98 being called for that one. And it'll end up being a free first down here for Portland.
That's tough. It's just little mental mistakes are going in their favor as we close out the first.
We reach the end of the first quarter here. Portland has the con. They're up 10-0 here at the end of the first. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Welcome back to Portland, Oregon. My name is Tyler Falk. Alongside me this evening is Ryan Yosef. We got a full house in the stats truck. Dave and KT Harrell and James Troll all helping us out with stats, making us look smarter than we actually are. And that little dump off there from South is going to net 1 yard.
Not a lot of room to turn it upfield. You're excited about raising the completion stat. You start to spread the defense out a little bit. Maybe they'll work back to the inside here on this play. Ooh, compact in that box. Look at all those bodies in the defense.
Heavy set here on 2nd and 9 here for the Fleet. 10 or 9 members in the box. Love breaks through the first line of defense and gets a good gain of about 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
It was bodies on bodies up the middle. Not much room to run, but finds a sliver to get up there. Set up 3rd and manageable. Give Portland any play in their playbook that they want to use.
So 3rd and 4 for the first. 3rd and 7 if you want a touchdown. South quick drop fires over the middle of the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They're going to say he did not have possession before going out of bounds. That might be reviewable here, Ryan.
Oh, I thought there was enough touch on that ball from Matt South. Let's go, Portland!
And so Mel Davis will throw the challenge flag, and we'll see R62 go under the booth here to see whether or not that truly was incomplete or if that's a touchdown for Portland.
Remember, in the SFL, it only takes 1 foot in order to count it, and I believe he's got it.
So the Nelson Lozano Jr. on the reception there. We'll just have to wait R62's decision. And it stands. Incomplete is the call. No touchdown for Portland. And that has got to be one of the more questionable calls we've seen here in the SFL.
I'm not a fan of calling out R62 because he's got to be able to make it home through the stands, but that is a tough call that could swing the game. Ultimately, Portland still got the football and a chance to score, though.
And so instead of a touchdown, an extra point, David John's going to come on and attempt a 23-yard field goal. Snap spot, kick is up, and that one splits the uprights. And so it's 13-10 Portland.
Not the result you'd want if you're Portland. They called some quality plays, got down there. They've established the run, but on that last drive, as it fizzled out, how did it fizzle out? Fizzled out because they went to the pass. Matt South has played a good game so far, but hasn't needed to get the games in big chunks. So they've relied heavily on Ezekiel Love to set the tempo and their offense.
Elsie Mondavi starts the turn at about the 5. She tries to make a man miss, but she's going to be wrapped up after some good return yards there. She gets to the 23 before being brought down. And we'll see Christian Brown come out, and he's got to shake off the yips here. Here, Ryan, back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back drives.
It's the risk you take with a young team, but no matter what, you're building towards the next play every single time. I think he's got a chance to watch and pull this game real close, real quick.
3 wide receivers in a split back formation here for the Gladiators. Another pass over the middle. That one's knocked away. Great coverage there from Rodney Panani.
Not enough room for the touch on that football. It is a very tight window. Christian Brown showing the confidence to go back to the tough throw. But at some point, it's not confidence, it's ignorance. Take what you've got, get the first down, get your team moving down the field. You need just a little bit of momentum.
Bunch set near side here on 2nd down here for the Gladiators. Back to pass is Brown, pumps once, and then is wrapped up and thrown to the turf for a sack and a loss of 7. Getting to the backfield was number 64, and he wraps up Christian Brown for a sack.
Nice pressure applied by Patterson. Brown's almost looking. We've seen that trips formation a few times now, but the pump fake, I don't know if there was something there that he saw that he wanted to take, but just got a hair too nervous. No matter what, it ends up in a deep 7-yard sack.
Very similar formation here for the Gladiators. They're going to just dump it short off to the far side, and Eagle Mondavi's only going to pick up 5, and that's going to bring up a quick 4th down.
I think you can see a little frustration on Mondavi as he's making his way to the sideline. Wanted something a little bit more, but the route combination just wasn't calling for it. Coach calls in a play that sets it up for a short completion, hopefully paying off for something in the future for Brown's confidence.
Punts away there from Northrop, and Warner's going to stay at the 40. He's going to start at the return there and get about 6 yards, and then he's going to be brought down. So Portland got a field goal on their last drive there, Ryan, but they're going to look for more points here on this one.
Yeah, Portland just wants to kind of keep control of the game in front of them. They haven't been asked to do a ton to take control of it at this point. Most of their, like we've talked about, has been seen through the ground. I would like to see a little bit more of Valentine as we work through it. I haven't heard much from Vandalay either.
A handoff for Love. Seen plenty of him today, and he's going to gain 4 and get all the way up to midfield before being brought down.
That is a tough stat right now if you are the St. Louis defense. 8.8 yards per carry for Love. It is still early. If I'm coach on the sidelines for Portland, I am emphasizing that. This game is still early. It is only 13 points. It doesn't feel that way, but this game is still very, very close.
He's 2nd and 6 here at midfield here for Portland. 5-step drop here from Matt Sells. He's going to dump it out to his tailback, and his tailback's going to try and bulldoze for the first down. But it'll pick up about 5.
Wow.
Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow and subscribe to all the channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores to major highlights, SFL Social has you covered. St. Louis going to stack the box. It'll be a run with Love up the middle, and Love's going to pick up a good chunk of yards, about 5 yards, and more importantly, a first down.
Grabs a nice big chunk of yardage for a first down. Panini tries to get there to fill the gap. Rodney's ultimately pulled for 3 extra yards after the contact, and Ezekiel Love continues to show strength inside and outside.
Ezekiel Love with that run is roughly over 100 yards already in this game. And they'll give it to him again here on the far side. Shrugs off a tackler and is going to be brought down after a gain of 4. Some hard-nosed, tough running from Ezekiel Love. We've seen it all day, Ryan.
Oh, that is tough. That is tough if you are St. Louis. Panini is there to make the play because the play develops a little bit faster than it probably should have. The pursuit gets there, but the tackle is shed, and Love continues to grab big chunk.
Another run for Love, but this time is going to be wrapped up in the backfield. The linebacker came through, and it will put him down in the turf.
Tadustat comes up off the side for the end there. Nobody can get past him. Big man, 6'4", 285 in his 3rd season.
I wanted to say linebackers usually associated at 58 with linebacker, but Todd Dustep is the defensive end coming off the end there to bring down Love in the backfield. Pass here on 3rd down is going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the first down marker.
Ball carries. Art Vandalay making his presence felt. Out of bounds. You'll take the out of bounds run if you are St. Louis. This is the stop that they were looking for. Should put them right on that brink.
So just on the edge of field goal range, we'll see the punting team come on instead. It'll be Dominic Birkin trying to pin the Gladiators deep in their own territory. They send the pressure, but Birkin's able to get the ball off. Ball's going to drop at about the 9. Falls in, hits off the return man, and that's going to be downed in the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, like every other facet of the game, sometimes even special teams needs to get into the season, as that one is just a careless management of the football down inside the 5-yard line. Could have probably even just let it bounce and see what happened, but knocks it in for a touchback.
Christian Brown comes out, leads his offense out here for another drive. No points on the board. Looking to change that here with 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Quick drop here for Brown. Pressure coming, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield for a sack.
This is tough. Right now, Brown is 7 for 13 with a 53% completion percentage and 2 interceptions, and apparently not much time in the backfield either. The 5-step drop works right into the curls on the line, and there is no room to plant his back foot and throw.
Portland's has been bringing the pressure all day. Yet another sack for the team. And so it'll be 2nd and 14 here for the Gladiators. Pressure coming again. Pass over the middle. And that one's going to hit the hands of the defender and try to get Phil Koss involved, but it'll end up being 3rd and 14 coming up.
Take note, if you haven't seen it yet, those St. Louis Gladiators all standing with single bar face masks on offense. They're referring to themselves this year as Single Bar City, and they are creating a movement. No distraction in front of them as their offense moves down the field.
I'll see if that helps them here on this next play. 3rd and long here coming. Quick drop here for Brown. He's going to dump it near side, in and out of the hands of Elsie Mondavi. She's been solid all game, but that time unable to bring it in, and 4th down is the result.
It's another one of those out routes sitting in 3rd and long. You hate to have to take it, but with the way this ball game's been shaping up, that moves Christian Brown to under 50% completion percentage. At this point, only sitting with about 3.5 yards per attempt, sitting with 52 yards total. This is a tough game, a tough rookie coming out party for Christian Brown.
Punts away. Warner's going to stand about his 47, and he's going to take it all the way up to midfield before being brought down. Just a quick game break for everyone watching here at home. On the LSN network, Denver goes up another touchdown. The runner-ups from last season down big in the 3rd quarter. It's 24-0 Denver. Matt South and the offense come back out on the field to start this drive. Just under 6 minutes to go left here in the half. It'll be another run for Love, and Love gets a couple before him being wrapped up. St. Louis trying to key in on that run.
Yeah, they definitely have to stop it here. I love the play action that could come out of the Ezekiel Love movement here with the trips on that right side, opening up something deep over the top.
Offset eye here on 2nd and 8. 4-3 defense here for St. Louis. It'll be handoff to the left side for Love, and nothing doing that time. St. Louis gets in the backfield. That's Igor Barbatov taking Love down in the backfield.
That is 3 confining runs in a row for Ezekiel Love. They have almost gone either backwards completely or nearly backwards. Could we be seeing St. Louis's defense shoring itself up before halftime?
So 3rd and 11, St. Louis trying to hold Portland here. Matt South, deep 7-step drop, fires over the middle, has his target, but he's well short of the 1st down. Good catch there from Benjamin Warner, but it brings up 4th down.
Very congested play there as we take a look as he comes with the crossing route in front of the linebackers and just behind the coverage linebackers. Gets rid of the football as Matt South, but not much hope to make a big play out of it.
Birkin's punt is away. It's a good high spiraling punt, and that's going to land at the 10. Bounce to the end zone. Can the hands team stop it? No, they'll just watch it roll into the end zone at maybe 1 mile per hour, and the St. Louis Gladiators will start their drive on the 20.
Oh, you're being gracious with the 1 mile per hour. Just literally watches the ball roll to the end line, lets it roll in. It's disappointing, but it is special teams trying to pin them deep, just not able to do so. I do believe we had a Portland gust of wind that was what carried it in there.
That's surprising because this is a dome stadium here, Ryan, here in the shipyard. So maybe that wind and rain from outside is trying to affect the ball game. It'll be a handoff here to start the drive for St. Louis to Martinez, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Well, I like to see him run this football. Try to get something else going here, not put it all in the back of Christian Brown, who's had a tough first half. But there's just not much room. See if he can get it out a little bit wider. Maybe you can get some room with the trips on the right to run this football.
Nickel package here for Portland to counter the bunch set. Christian Brown steps in the pocket and nothing doing. He's seen a lot of the turf here, not in a good way. And they come through again. Does Portland? Gary Burney with the sack again.
All of the sacks coming between these two individuals today. They're sharing the quarterback hugs, and he takes them down. Timing, I want to say they were going for a deep route combination. Brown had to sit in that pocket just a hair too long. He's got to start getting that clock going in the back of his head.
4 total sacks for Portland, all coming from their defensive tackles, Vernon Patterson and Gary Burney. Pass to the far side, that time is caught and complete. Eagle Mondavi with the reception, but it's just short of the first down marker, and upcoming another 4th down.
Yeah, it's almost like they're feeding Mondavi on these 3rd and longs with these short routes just to keep him active in the game in order to be able to get him his reception. But he doesn't have any room or time in order to turn it upfield and make a big play out of it.
So after the field goal a while back here in this second quarter, last 5 drives for both teams have ended in punts. Warner's return is going to net him maybe 2 yards. He gets to the 43 before him taken down.
With just, 3.5 minutes left, this allows the offense to still do whatever they would like to do, but they do have to start keeping an eye on that clock.
I think, Ryan, with how Ezekiel Love's running the ball, they could probably just go with Ezekiel Love here at end the half. What do you think?
We've seen the split back formation. We'll see if they run to that counter again.
They'll pass out of it this time. Fires underneath, almost right at the defender. Good awareness there just to knock it down.
Kind of a lackadaisical arm slap at it. Probably could have picked it off, but just those stone hands. I do say that's why they're on defense.
The 2nd and 10 here now for Portland. Another split back formation here. This time it will be a run up the middle, but St. Louis keyed on that one perfectly. Taken down for a loss there by Tom Tanner, the rookie out of Birmingham.
Takes Love back on the wrong side of 100 yards. It's that counterplay, but this time the pressure flows across the formation to break it up. The timing of breaking up that combination is the most important thing.
It'll be a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13, but instead it will hit the 2-minute warning. It's Portland leading 13 and driving here. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Welcome back to Portland, Oregon. My name is Tyler Falk alongside Ryan Yosef. Happy you've joined us tonight for SFL action. Portland leads this one and drives as a 3rd and 13 on their own 40-yard line. South back to pass, flips it underneath, has his target, and his target's going to be wrapped up and thrown to the ground right at the 45. Nothing doing there, and St. Louis holds strong on 3rd down.
Yeah, we're going to see another punt here for Portland, but they've been playing consistent. It has turned into a defensive battle, which is what I thought it would come into today's game. But for the longevity's sake, you need St. Louis to score some points here quick before half.
Birkin to attempt another punt here, stands at about his 30-yard line.
Running the clock down.
Like you said there, Ryan, yeah, just milking this clock, not trying to not give St. Louis a whole lot of time. See a nice hang time here on this one, 4.1, and LC Mondavi is going to haul it in at the 16.
Anything's available. 3 timeout.
3 timeouts. If you were in the offensive coordinator's shoes here, Ryan, how do you talk to your rookie quarterback and how do you get them down the field here on this 2-minute drill?
I have him look off Eagle Mondavi with a no-look deep pass. I think this is what Eagle makes the big bucks for. This is where you feed him. He's got a single, no help over the top. You've got to get him the football.
Brown back to pass, 5-step drop, pressure coming, fires to Elsie Mondavi, and Elsie Mondavi nearly gets the first down, but she's going to be stopped just shy, maybe 1 inch shy of the first down mark.
Both quarterbacks rather tame today in the first half. I do expect one of them to break out a little bit in the second half, but as we take a look to finish here, again, there seems like there's no respect for Mondavi's deep game, as there's very little coverage help on top.
Yeah, handoff this time to Cairo Martinez, who gets the 1 inch needed for the first down, and now this clock is going to run.
Clock just ticks away. If you're Portland, you are okay. Take the first down. That's fine. If you're not going to use your timeouts, we'll go into the half up 13.
Just about 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. Maybe a little bit of urgency is needed here for St. Louis. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. It'll be a pass here for Christian Brown. He fires over the middle, had his man, and that one's caught, bobbled and caught. Spectacular play, and that one there, I believe, was Phil Koss who makes the catch there. Another pass near side. Eagle Mondavi with the catch on that one.
This is it's just kind of tough to watch right now with 17 seconds. I don't quite know why you're saving the timeouts in this situation, but that strange throw from Christian Brown running backwards is completed on that quick out route. It could put them within range to go into half with some sort of points. We'll say they need about another 15 to 20 yards to be comfortable.
3 wide receivers here on the formation, out in the formation with 2nd and 2, 17 seconds left to go in the first half. Deep drop here from Christian Brown. Deep ball over the middle. That one's caught and hauled in by the Eagle. Eagle soars again for a long gain here, and they're into the red zone for the first time in the game.
Oh my goodness, it's Mondavi time. As he takes a look, he goes and he highballs this right in front of the safety. Only one person with the deep coverage on Mondavi. That is a mistake. You've got to keep this man tied up. It has been why you're up 13. But if you're not going to do it, he is going to eat. They sit at the 18-yard line in the driver's seat. They do have 2 timeouts left, and they don't use them.
Instead, they'll take the easy points. Amy Shalizzi comes on for the first time this season, trying to tack home 3 points before the end of the half. It's a 35-yarder left hash. Snap spot, kick is up, and this one is good. St. Louis gets on the board for the first time here in season 16. It's 13-3 Portland.
It's a nice kick by Amy as it finds its way simply and quietly between the uprights. If you can break that seal, you can hopefully get moving in the right direction and see. Maybe they can make a mistake. 8 seconds, that's still a lot of time.
Warner is going to wait in the end zone for the return. He'll bring it out to the 20. Flag on the play. Gets to maybe the 22. But there's some laundry on the field. Let's go ahead and see what the call is. Call clipping, which in the SFL is a block in the back here on the fleet. And so a couple extra yards going
come on,
away
let's be
from
exciting
Portland.
here. Hey, take a shot. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? I don't expect them to, but I mean, get a little careless. Let's go.
Well, what could happen is a pick six, but I think with how Ezekiel Love's been playing here for Portland, you give it to him, and just take the last 8 seconds off the clock. If you're Portland, it will be a run. It will be Ezekiel Love gets near side. He's leveled. Peltier lays the hurt on Ezekiel Love here to end the half.
21 versus 21. Meet you at the 4-yard line. Let's go.
And with that ends the first half of play here in Portland, Oregon. The Fleet are leading 13-3, and it's been a good, solid opening half of the season here for Portland, relying mainly on Ezekiel Love's rushing performance.
Hey, you take a look at the stats here. You've got 1 yard rushing versus 101 yards rushing. I think that speaks to the deficit for the Gladiators in front of us today. I'd like to see him come out of half here if you are St. Louis. Try to get Christian Brown's confidence back. Also, keep working with Igo Mondavi there, I believe. And from what I'm seeing in this game, there is no respect for the deep ball.
It's been a change of pace here for Portland as Ezekiel Love only had 520 rushing yards last season. He's already about a fifth of the way there to matching last season's mark there, Ryan.
Hey, that is a big stat we want to keep an eye on as this game matures through the second half. On defense, I'm excited to see what could happen. We've got a set of sacks here for Vernon, or for Patterson and Bernie. Both have at least a pair, probably about a pair and a half. They're applying pressure that's going to make it difficult for Brown.
On the flip side, only one sack for St. Louis. Tom Dupstad with that one. It's been a game of pressure. St. Louis has been a little bit more conservative, while Portland is just going full force and trying to take control of this game.
Yeah, it slowed down there. I believe it was 4 drives in a row. There was a total of 4 yards for both teams combined. So we've seen that the defenses can play rather stout. It has been a case, though, I believe in both of them, of just short passing routes when you want to go long and no room running it up the middle.
I want to welcome you back to Portland, Oregon, here into the Shipyard. My name is Tyler Falk, and alongside me is Ryan Yosef, my broadcast partner. We got a full house in the stats track with Dave and Katie Harrell and James Troll all back there. And of course, we cannot forget and thank Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters as our producer.
St. Louis gets the ball at half. I want to see them make it all the way down. They need a touchdown here.
So it'll be Elsie Mondavi after a quick nap and a warm bottle, says Doug Day in chat. She gets the return started here for St. Louis and gets it all the way out to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Elsie is a dynamic player, brings a lot of attributes to the table. Very unique type player in the league. Some would say short on tenure for sure.
So here comes Christian Brown. You have to wonder what the coach has been talking to him, trying to calm him down, get him ready here for the second half. Split backfield behind him here on first down. Quick drop, pass over the middle, pressure coming. Has his man a good pitch and catch there to start this drive. Exis Baines there with the reception.
Nice, another sidearm strange throw to Baines. It looks like it's just a simple timing route. Runs the safety or the corner up the stem and then cuts it off for it. I really want to see the value that 2 tight ends can bring to an offense in this scenario. I don't believe we saw Koss out there, and I want to see a reception by Clausen here on this drive.
I haven't mentioned his name yet. Maybe we'll see him on this drive. Bunch far side of the formation here for St. Louis here on first down. A 5-step drop for Brown. Fires it far side. Has his man. And his man's going to be tackled out of bounds after a gain of 5. It's Elsie Mondavi with the reception.
Nice simple out route, pitch and catch, getting Brown very comfortable back in the offense. Nice chance to take that white. I got to think when they went into half, they took that whiteboard and they just hit it hard with the eraser, broke it in half, threw it in the trash and said, pretend like it didn't happen. Here's a new one.
And so far, so good. 2 plays, 15 yards in total, but that one, the run with Cairo Martinez goes maybe for a gain of a half a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Gladiators.
Not much room up the middle, but it's important to keep them honest. You've got to try to run the ball. You've doubled your run output on that single run all game.
Here we go. Familiar formation here, bunch far side here on 3rd down for the Gladiators. Brown, 5-step drop, fires near side, has Eagle Mondavi for the first down, and 2 first downs on this drive. St. Louis is going in the right direction.
They move the sticks again. We get what I quite honestly believe to be Eagle Mondavi's internet meme is the behind off back hip catch and falling over for the first down.
Instead of flying, he's falling with style in this one here, Ryan. 1st and 10 off. 2 backs on either side of Brown. Deep pass down the middle. Has this man! It's a huge play. Great play there to Phil Koss, the tight end. And they're in deep into Portland territory.
That is his second reception on the day, targeted 4 times. Both of his receptions, big chunks of yards. Gets over the top of the defense. They're not playing that type of defense where you want to make sure nobody gets behind you. They're letting it happen. If St. Louis can take advantage of that, they will find 6.
So the halftime adjustments clearly working so far here for the Gladiators. Brown in the gun again, backs on either side of him. Quick drop, fires over the middle. That one's batted up in the air. 4, 5, 6 times, but it falls innocently to the turf that time.
Oh, it is tough to watch that. You're holding your breath, wondering, is it going to be caught or not, between 3 gray jerseys standing around, not able to complete the interception, as it just allows St. Louis to keep moving the ball down the field.
It's almost like the ball is lava there, Ryan. No one wanted to come up with that one. 3 wide receivers in a pro formation here for the Gladiators. Pass over the middle. Eagle Mondavi comes and takes that in. Check that. That's the second wide receiver, Paul Dillevue, coming up with that reception and a first down.
Yep, works his way again across the defense, catches it right in front of the linebacker who falls into the hook to curl range. Nice timing route. Felt like a little bit dangerous on the initial throw, but trust Paul to pick it up for his team.
1st and 10 on the Portland 11-yard line. Brown back to pass, fires far side, has his man, and there it is! Touchdown, St. Louis! Christian Brown's first touchdown in the SFL goes to Eagle Mondavi.
It is only fitting that you go to one of the most senior players on your offense, confident receiver as he hits that out route. They've been running the out route at 4 yards, but they decide to run it at about 12 here. Finds the end zone. Big score for Mondavi, big score for Brown, and a big score for St. Louis.
What a turnaround from the first half. Christian Brown goes 5 of 5 and connects with Eagle Mondavi for his first ever SFL touchdown. Amy Shalizzi here to tack on the extra point. Snap spot, low snap, but that one's off, and that one is good from Shalizzi, and she puts the Gladiators back within 3. It's Portland 13, St. Louis 10.
That is what you need coming out of half. It looked like a different ball club there, confidently moving the ball down the field, picking the defense apart, taking what the defense can give them. One more cliche that I haven't come up with, and they find their way into the end zone.
There we go. Just to keep everybody here updated on the game on LSN, the game going simultaneous to ours. Denver running away with it late in the 4th quarter. It's 33 donut in that one.
Not much room on the return there for Warner. As they get their chance to respond here is Portland. We seen a lot of success through the ground in the first half. Both of the quarterbacks, Matt South included, rather quiet. But we can see we've got another heavy stack formation from Portland.
In Portland, answer Christian Brown's touchdown here on this one. Quick drop here for Matt South, and he flips it out far side. Has his man, a man dives over and is maybe a little bit lucky not to be called there, but Gene Valentine comes up the reception.
A nice timing route for 7. A simple pitch and catch. It was just one-on-one coverage on the outside, and he just watches it all the way in there and throws the ball where only his receiver can catch it.
I want to thank the wisest man in the SFL, Gunny McGuire, letting us know that Denver just scored on a safety, and that's how they have increased their lead. The run there from Ezekiel Love goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of a half a yard that time, but it'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Winkler fills the gap quickly, takes him down, leaves no room. 3rd and 2. St. Louis with a stop here could take control.
Another run for Ezekiel Love. He finds a hole and gains over 10 yards and the first down. Great running there and great blocking. Again, this run game for Portland has come to life in a huge way since last season.
This is amazing. It is like a bubble of protection for Love running up the field. His blockers don't just get to the first level, don't just get to the second level. They get to the 3rd level blocking, and it is just a little like thunderball rolling down the field as a group of orange shoulder pads make their way down. It is another great run for Ezekiel Love.
Come out of the offset eye with 2 tight ends and a wide receiver near side. It'll be a handoff to Love again on the far side. Tries and shrugs off another tackle, but he's only going to pick up 2 after shrugging off the hit from Rodney Pinani.
Pinani has been from boundary to boundary all game. He keeps getting shed, but the important piece is he's slowing down Love to give his defensive friends a chance to get over and make the play.
Bunch set near side here for Portland here on 2nd down to be another handoff for Love, and he's met in the backfield by a host of Gladiator defenders. One of them being Mark Gronick. We've seen him in the backfield plenty of times today.
Yeah, Gronick has been a great refreshing piece for the pivotal piece for this defense. As we take a look, Ezekiel Love now on 23 attempts. They've only passed the ball 15 times in today's game, so rather balanced preference to the run.
Bunch set near side again, but this time instead of being under center, South is in the gun. The pass over the middle has his man, and his man's going to take it over the 50-yard line. A huge first down, and Portland has a drive of their own.
They keep moving the ball down the field. This one's Benjamin Warner coming across, and they just release him in there, and he finds a soft spot in the zone and starts turning it upfield for the first down. It's starting to get the sense here that St. Louis needs a defensive lineman to stand up and get into the face of Matt South. He has plenty of time to pick the defense apart standing back there.
3 tailbacks in the formation on this play. Love takes it up the middle, gains about 4 before being taken down by Todd Dubstep.
Dubstep again is their defensive end as he goes up the field and then cuts it back inside on containment. Hey, did you notice that Dubstep and most of his defense, if not all of them, represent that single bar city movement as well?
Very interesting movement, paying homage to early football players where that was one of the very only things. Love gets the call here again. He's going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Great gang tackle. Ronnie Pinani, one of the members there, in on the tackle. And it's 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 at the 46-yard line for St. Louis. Portland has been able to move the ball, but this is a big chunk. It looks like they're going to take South out of the gun again. He was successful earlier in the drive.
4 wide receivers here on 3rd down. South back to pass. Fires near side on the out route. Has his man. What a hit! Drew really denies Portland of a first down and stops him right at the 40-yard line.
Amazing. It really comes out of nowhere. Applies a really bad hit and stops him right at the 40-yard line. He says no more and brings up 4th.
Portland's coming out maybe to check him offside. They do get one offside, so a free play and a free first down. Love taken down in the backfield, but that offsides penalty is going to give Portland the first down on 4th down.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense.
That's going to be Carl Forgery, the backup defensive end, getting called there on the offsides. And so it'll be a free set of downs here for Portland after the penalty.
Portland really wanted to get that stop there. Just shows a young defense, especially a young defensive line, as they combine for a total of 6 seasons in the league between them.
Empty backfield here for South. Out route far side has this man. They're going to fight for the first down and get it. Good play call there. I believe that's Art Vandalay in on the reception.
Well, they keep moving it down the field. If you're going to give them a chance, they're going to try to punch it into the end zone. A nice route by Vanderlei working the boundary, and the defense not able to get there in time.
So it'll be first down here at the St. Louis 25-yard line. Two tight ends near side and I formation here behind South. Love gets the call again and is met right at the line of scrimmage. Good play there for the defensive line.
Hey, there you go. You did it earlier. I'll let you know. That's Tony Roberto. He's number 98, the outside linebacker with the pressure. I can see how those numbers are really messing with you right now.
Just a little bit. Roberto is having a fantastic game. 2nd and 10 on the 24. It'll be another handoff for Love, and in the backfield already was the defense. Great play there from Peltier as he takes down Love for a loss of 2.
Pressure gets into that D gap in time in order to hit him for the big loss. It's almost like St. Louis, the defense here is trying to respond after that big mistake. If they can get a stop here or even a sack, it'd be a big swing for St. Louis.
Under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Empty backfield, 5 wide out set here for Portland. South, deep drop, fires over the middle, wide open receiver, and they're into the St. Louis red zone. Great pitch and catch from Matt South to Gene Valentine.
Valentine starts on the far hash and works his way across, hits that soft spot between number 42 and number 39, and is able to pick up a first down. That is not the kind of first down you can give up in that scenario.
4 wide receivers and Matt South in the gun. He's back to pass, fires to his stop route there on the far side, and that's going to go absolutely nowhere. Great tackle there by Ronnie Panani.
No room. They've shown that they can be strong on those edges, and Panani has been flying all over the field today. Panani with 5 tackles, 1 pass deflection, and 2 assists. So big game so far as he's the second leader on the team with tackles.
Opposite eye behind South here on 2nd down. Pass, corner of the end zone. That one's knocked away. Great defensive play there from Geralt Winkler to knock that one away.
I thought he had a chance to pick it off, but couldn't quite watch it all the way in. Gets a little bit too excited, slips between his index finger and his pointer finger. They're the same finger, and cannot complete the interception.
Now they're 3rd down, and on this 3rd down, like last one, it's an empty backfield. And this time it's 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end in the formation. South, 7-step drop. Fires near side of the corner, in and out of the hands of the wide receiver, and that should have been caught.
Oh, Valentine goes for the basket catch instead of trying to catch it with his hands. Just doesn't get the pinkies together in time. Bounces out, bounces off the chest plate. That is a big stop for St. Louis.
Instead, we'll see David John here to attempt the roughly 29-yard field goal on the right hash. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. Portland extend their lead to 6. It's 16-10.
Disappointing end of the drive for Portland, who was moving down the field, but a big stop for St. Louis as they are able to, with a good offensive drive here, punch themselves to a lead.
We'll see if St. Louis can come back here on this one. And it's all within reach here, Ryan. The deficit is only 6 points. Anything can happen here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the game should only be a 6-point deficit with the way the first half's gone and all the way through the third quarter. But the St. Louis offense showed up.
Mondavi slipped through a couple, but it was bent in half at the 27-yard line. Now the young one might want to rethink going that way next time.
Thought she might get loose. I was going to give you the mic for this big, exciting play, but just the defensive pursuits or special teams pursuits shuts it down.
2 wide receivers top of your screen with an offset single back here behind Christian Brown. He's going to dump it off to Cairo Martinez. He's going to lose 2 after catching and running out of bounds.
Tough ball game so far for Cairo. Cannot find any room to make an impact. Only standing right now with about 4 yards of rushing offense. That actually moves him into a negative yard kind of day. So see if he can bust out with one big one to make his presence felt.
So we'll see 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers here in the formation. Here on 2nd and 12, 3-4 look here for Portland. Brown, deep pass over the middle. One-handed grab there by Eagle Mondavi, and they're all the way down to their own 49-yard line.
You start the sentence with one-handed grab, and it's almost all game has ended with Eagle Mondavi. I feel like he's doing it just to show off at this point. Has the length to get the second hand up there, but grabs the cone, reels it in again between the soft spot and the cover 2 defense. When they're running this route combination, Portland has not been able to stop it.
And we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter. The Portland Fleet are ahead, but the Gladiators are driving. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Portland, Oregon. My name is Tyler Falk, and alongside me up here in the broadcast booth is Ryan Yosef. And we've been having a blast here as Portland leads this one 16-10. And the pass there from Christian Brown has his man, I believe that's Eagle Mondavi there on the far side, and he picks up 5. And if those of you just joining us from the Denver and Sioux Falls game, a very lopsided victory there for Denver, a very surprising victory here. But here it's been a story of 2 sides. Ezekiel Love having a tremendous day on the ground, and Eagle Mondavi just now roughly over 100 yards receiving. 3 wideouts and a pro formation here for the Gladiators. This is a quick 2-step drop here for Brown. Hit as he throws. Has Elsie Mondavi, and Elsie is only going to find about 3, but it sets up a very nice 3rd and 2.
Elsie with the nice out route quick, but it almost gets undercut as Brown has the pressure applied. Brown showing off a little gunslinger attitude there. That ball came out with a little bit more zip than we've seen in earlier plays today.
2 tight ends near side, 2 wide receivers far side. Martinez with the call here, and he gets the first down and more, down to the 35-yard line.
Lowers his shoulder and delivers the blow for a big first down for St. Louis. Up the gut as we get 2 tight ends. We haven't seen it all day. We get a chance to see it on display here, and the power running for St. Louis is what we find.
New set of downs here for St. Louis and the Gladiators offense. 2 wide receivers split the formation with Cairo Martinez off to the right behind Christian Brown. Blitz coming here for Portland, and Martinez has a hole up the middle, and it's a good gain of 9 yards. And that'll set up a very nice 2nd down and 1.
That is some downhill football for Martinez. Just takes the ball offset right and just runs straight ahead. Finds a sliver as it's more of a matchup game when they bring in those 2 tight ends. Portland has not been responding by filling the box with big men.
Bunch set near side here on 2nd and short. Brown's going to throw this one. He's going to fire near side. Has his target. That's Elsie Mondavi. We've been calling her name a whole lot tonight. She's had a great game here on the air.
Mondavi today, Elsie version, has shown up for a player that we were all surprised, or at least I was surprised to see on the roster list, has definitely made her impact felt today.
3-4 here to counter the ace set. Brown, quick drop. That one's going to be, he's going to hit as he throws, and that ball's going to fall incomplete.
There was
next week.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, next Saturday on ESN, week 2 begins next Saturday on the 11 Sports Network and the FTF Twitch channel as Los Angeles visits Houston and Lone Star travels to Carolina. Then Jacksonville and Florida renew the battle for the Sunshine State, and St. Louis hosts Queen City. Cover starts at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. The SFL on 11 Sports football season is only just beginning. Brown fires over to Paul Dillevue, and Dillevue hauls it in, and they're down to the 3-yard line.
St. Louis is moving the ball confidently. Christian Brown has found his rhythm. He drops back to pass. Another little like over-the-shoulder sidearm. Not quite what you would expect. We got about a 45-degree there, but finds the gap needed to beat the defense. And now I hope to see a little Martinez action. Ooh, that's a stacked box, though.
Here we go. Goal line set here for Portland, trying to hold them here on the goal line. It'll be a handoff to Martinez, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Good tackle there from Mel Davis.
Mel Davis leads forward, really is doing nothing but gap coverage. They sold out for the run. They expected the run. Nice stop by the Portland defense.
So we'll go bunch set near side. They're going to stack the Bucks again, does Portland. Brown back to pass, fires over the middle, in and out of Eagle Mondavi's hands.
Oh, they
No,
called it.
they're going to call a touchdown. A touchdown here for St. Louis. Eagle Mondavi had control of the football.
You can see the ref quickly while running away from the play throws up the touchdown side. This is going to be a tough one. I would like to say that they could review this, but he does get his foot down. It comes down to whether or not he made a football play, and I don't believe that's a requirement.
I have to see whether or not, no, they're not going to challenge it. And so St. Louis, penning this extra point, will take a 1-point lead here midway through the fourth quarter. Amy Shilizian to take it. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good. St. Louis have come from a 13-point deficit and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, what a swing here. Most of the momentum for St. Louis comes in the third quarter. It is finished off halfway through the fourth as they find the end zone for the second time today. Both times to Eagle Mondavi, definitely sitting here over 100 yards in the game with 12 receptions.
So we'll see Benjamin Warner at his own end zone. He'll take it out at the 15, and he's met right at the 19-yard line. And that is where Matt South and company will try to answer the St. Louis touchdown.
Well, they have, I think where Portland's been getting stalled, not only is it the fact that they haven't really had that many chances in the second half. St. Louis has had slow, methodical drives that keeps the ball in their corner, but Portland hasn't seen the success running the football. It's almost like they've given up on it.
Empty backfield here to start the drive. Deep 7-step drop here for Matt South. Deep over the far side. Caught and hauled in at the 45-yard line. Gene Valentine comes up with the reception.
Nice catch by Valentine over his shoulder, running away from the safety. Nice ball placement by Matt South. If he could hit him in stride a little bit better, he might have been able to turn upfield, but that's the big chunk of yardage you want to get started on this drive with.
Big statement play there to get their drive going. And they'll come out here on the 45, offset eye behind Matt South. Be a quick pass. South rolls out of the pocket. Ball is thrown. That's going to fall incomplete, but we've got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is.
Fearless football management there.
Pass interference. Number 21.
Pass interference on Peltier there. I couldn't see where he was on the field, but maybe as the ball was thrown in his direction, he got called for interference, and that's going to get Portland a first down.
That's a second penalty today for Peltier. That is, and both of them are just painful penalties. It's tough to even know what was happening there. You could argue that the ball was tipped and knocked down, which would get rid of that, but it wasn't enough. They throw the flag anyway.
So this time we'll be at the 47-yard line. South in the gun, backs on either side. It'll be a handoff to Ezekiel Love, and Love's just going to try and fight right back to the line of scrimmage, taken down behind the line by Tony Roberto.
They have been able to bottle up Love in the second half. Normally you'd try to sell it if you could, but in this case they just want to keep it behind the line of scrimmage.
So indeed a loss of 1, 3 wideouts, and Ezekiel Love off to the left this time of Matt South. Two-step drop here and a pass near side has his man Art Vandalay with the reception and picks up 11, and that's going to be a great job to make third down very manageable.
Yeah, that keeps them moving. It puts them on the other side of the 50-yard line. They've got anything here. It looks like they are and can stack the box. I question the defense playing that far back.
Power I formation here. Blitz coming here for St. Louis. They get to him.
Wow.
And they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle there by Todd Dupstedt.
That is a big stop. I thought he might have fallen forward enough for a first down. The line judge says no go and puts it right back in the same spot. And it says to Portland, if you want this bad enough, you better get it this time.
So another fourth down here for Portland. Can they catch St. Louis offside again? Or are they going to try and convert here on fourth down? Play clock at 7 and counting. We might just see a timeout here. And we do. Portland's going to take a timeout and they're going to punt this one away.
Well, you hate this. In Portland's scenario here, you're down. You don't want to have to waste one of the timeouts like that. It's nice to get an easy first down if you can get it, but you had the numbers. If you ran across, they were defending with 4, and in your blocking lane, if you go to the right, they had 6 in order to cover the blocks. You could have tried to make something out of that, but they played the safe route, and they're going to punt the ball.
So they're going to go and take the punt. Dominic Birkin here will stand at about his 40-yard line. And he gets the punt off safely. Angled to the near side here. Ball is going to be caught there by Elsa Mondavi. She's going to start at the 10. Angles her way to the far side and will pick up a good return of about 6 yards.
Nice return by Mondavi. I'm getting the sense that before the year is done, Elsie could break one because she has been rather shifty for such a young player out there, not just on the punt returns, but also on the kick returns as well.
So St. Louis with their first lead of the game. Now trying to add on to it here late in the fourth. Brown back to pass, fires over the middle, caught! Eagle Mondavi, here he is again, and he kicks it all the way down to the 40-yard line.
They have not double covered Eagle all day. Again, with single coverage here on the slant in, they're just trusting that you're going to be able to keep. And they play him almost over the top this time for one of the first times. And he grabs the angle on the route. They take him down, save the touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Eagle bust out another big one before this drive is over.
Three wide receivers and the split backs here behind Christian Brown. Quick drop, fires over the middle again. And that one's caught, but incomplete. In and out of the hands of Paul Delavu.
Tough ball to follow there, but the pressure applied by the safeties breaks it loose right at the end. Big stop. St. Louis needs to do it 3 more times now.
The second and 10. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
You're good.
Second and 10 here for St. Louis on their own 40. Be a handoff to Cairo Martinez up the middle, gains about 4, and that's all he'll get on that one. Next Sunday, on For the Fans. Next Sunday on the FTF includes an international clash. The London Knights play their home opener against the Mexico City Aztecs, followed by a championship rematch between Baltimore and Sioux Falls. Bonus coverage of Fort Worth at Louisiana, plus Vancouver and Atlanta. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. The SFL and FTF football season is only just beginning. Christian Brown's pass there to Elsie Mondavi, and that's been a common thread. Brown to Elsie or Eagle Mondavi picking up first downs.
I didn't think you'd have bookend wide receivers from the same family, but just imposing their will on the Portland defense here. Portland needs a stop. They were able to apply pressure earlier in the game, but have not gotten to Brown since the second half started.
The handoff to Martinez up the middle. He picks up 3 yards and is getting closer and closer to the 50-yard mark for running yards, but lately now, Portland's been trying to go, St. Louis has been trying to go through the air, and it has been working so far in the second half.
Yeah, they've been able to stabilize their offense, which is really what's been this part that's made the biggest swing in this game.
Ace formation caught a defender of Portland offsides, and that'll be a free play, a free 5-yard gain after the penalty.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 75, defense. 12-yard penalty.
They'll catch Gary Burney on the offside call. He's had a fantastic game, though. He's had 2 sacks, both him and his counterpart at the defensive tackle position, Vernon Patterson, having solid days up the middle.
Yeah, they've been silent recently when they've been needed the most, so it's a little disappointing. They were able to impose their will early. In that last formation set, we were able to see the 2 tight ends again, but they actually ran away from them in that set.
So 2nd and 2 upcoming. Possible blitz shown here by Portland. They do send 7. Martinez runs up the gut and picks up the first down.
Well, it's starting to feel like they're trying to chew some of this clock. A touchdown for St. Louis puts them clearly in the driver's seat. Settling for a field goal, although it changes Portland's plans on offense, isn't probably as big of a deal.
Ace set, offset, single back here for St. Louis here on first down inside Portland territory. Be another handoff to Kyra Martinez, and he's going to get 1 yard before being wrapped up right there at the 35. Good tackle made there by Gary Clem, the rookie.
Not much room up the middle as the game draws to the 2-minute warning. It could come into pivotal factor. Earlier, Portland took a timeout as they were trying to get St. Louis to jump off sides. They only have 2 timeouts.
8 men in the box here for Portland on 2nd down. And St. Louis is just going to be content with running this clock all the way down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go here in Portland. The Portland Fleet are trailing by 1 and have the football. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Twitch network. Welcome back to Portland. My name is Tyler Falk alongside Ryan Yosef. We had a full house of stats members in the truck. Dave and Katie Harrell, James Troll all in there. And of course, we cannot forget our commissioner Cameron Irvine as the producer of this whole production. Can't thank him enough.
Martinez tries to take the ball straight downhill there, cannot find any room, but just as important, it chews up Portland's 2nd timeout in this half. But with a stop here, it will give Portland a chance on offense.
Crucial 3rd down here for the Portland defense. Can they hold him here? Brown's pass over the middle, and it's going to be knocked away. Good defensive hold there. They may just be on the outside of field goal range. We'll see if Amy Shillizy comes on the field to try and extend St. Louis's lead.
This could be a big play in the game. In or out. We'll see if it makes a difference. Ooh, 51.
The leg on to attempt a 51-yarder. Right hash. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. The leg strikes again, and St. Louis extends the lead to 4, and so no longer will a field goal be enough. Portland must drive the length of the football field to get a touchdown if they want to win this game.
Today, we have not seen Portland work it in that manner. It would be out of character for the way their offense has moved the football. Their biggest success has come on the ground with big chunks through Ezekiel Love, but they are set up in a situation where they must throw because not only do they enter this drive needing 4 points, but they enter this drive with only 1 timeout.
The return there for Benjamin Warner gets caught up in traffic at the 20, and he falls forward to the 22-yard line. So the 4-year veteran, Matt South, comes onto the field to lead the drive here for the Fleet. Can they get a home opener victory here in this one, Ryan? What do you think, Matt South? What does Matt South and company have to do here?
I think they have enough time to get chunks on the boundary if they want it, but I would hate to see them not even try to run the ball once.
Gun formation here on the first play. Pressure coming, and he just does get the ball away before Igor Barbatov lays him to the turf.
6'5", 280, the second-year defensive tackle enters the battle arena. They're lucky, they being Portland in this case, that was not ruled a fumble. The ball traveled, almost ended up behind the throw. That one was terribly dangerous.
So we'll see a 5 wideout set here for Portland here on second down, looking to get down the field quickly. Back to pass, fires far side, has his man. There's Art Vandelay out there. He pulls it in strange, maybe a strange timeout call here for Portland, but that does stop the clock.
Yeah, you hate to see them use it there because they could actually run to the line of scrimmage a lot quicker than they probably could if they could hit a deep ball. But the problem is you want to pull the team together here on 3rd and 7, because if you don't get this first down, there is no choice. You want to go to one of your best plays you've got in your playbook.
So no timeouts left to go with 1:35 left to go in the game. Quick pass over the middle, has his man. There's Benjamin Warner, but they're short by about a yard, and the clock is now running. Here, Ryan, they have to hurry up and get back to the line.
Yeah, we're not seeing much hustle to the line of scrimmage. They know they need the first down, so pull the team together, get the right personnel out there. 4th and 1, they go back to the same formation.
Same formation, 1:07 and counting. South back to pass over the middle, knocked up in the air, and it falls incomplete. And that will just about do it. Ronnie Panani with the crucial pass deflection, and St. Louis will come out of Portland, Oregon with the W.
Tough ball thrown into traffic. They ran that route combination and that play back-to-back, so it must be one of their bread and butter, but we're not able to find a clean throwing lane. You hate to see that is the end of your drive. Something freakish could happen here. We don't want to discount that, but St. Louis comes from behind confidently and proudly in this game.
So Christian Brown, St. Louis has had a history of rotating quarterbacks. Christian Brown being the 3rd new quarterback in 3 years. He redeems his subpar first half with 2 picks and throws 2 touchdowns here in the second half to help lead St. Louis to not only their first win of the season, but Christian Brown's first victory at the helm of the St. Louis Gladiators.
It is a great ball game for Christian Brown to put up there to say, I can play better, especially in crunch time. But the story today will be about Eagle Mondavi.
Eagle and Elsie Mondavi cannot discount the Mondavis here in this one. And so St. Louis will be 1-0, and they'll head back home to St. Louis where they'll take on Queen City. And Portland are going to lick their wounds as they'll fly to Tulsa next week to get some redemption. And so as the clock ticks away here, Portland falls short. They had a 13-0 lead at one point, and St. Louis comes back in the second half to win this one in spectacular fashion, Ryan.
Yeah, real confident second half for both sides of the football for the Gladiators, not allowing any points to be scored on them as things wrapped up. And really, the stats here show an interesting story as we see the passing yard differential huge for one team, rushing differential, but it doesn't speak to the half-by-half breakdown.
Portland was forcing pressure all game, 5 total sacks for the game, but it just wasn't enough, though. But a great display from Portland's defense.
It speaks again to the half-by-half as you take a look at it. Most of those sacks coming in the first half. No pressure really applied to Christian Brown in the second, and he is able, although he's a rookie, he is able and capable of picking a defense apart if you give him time.
So Eagle Mondavi, 114 yards to finish out the day, but more importantly, those 2 huge touchdowns. And we saw the Eagle fly today, Ryan.
2 touchdowns, tall man, brings on some additional support through the return game and receiving game in Elise. So it is going to make for an interesting year for the Gladiators as that team matures.
As we get closer and closer, Ryan, who's your player of the game?
Oh, come on. This is the Mondavi show. Fly all the way back to the bar. all the way back in St. Louis, or as some would say, Single Bar City.
Single Bar City picks up the victory here, and we'll just have to see who the pundits have picked for player of the game. And it'll be Eagle Mondavi who picks up player of the game honors, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, and look at that, 11.7 yards per catch. And so, for Dave and KT Horrell and James Troll as our stats members, and the Commissioner Cameron Irvine as our producer, and as always for my broadcast partner Ryan Yosef, I've been Tyler Falk. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.